Let our laughter infect all.
My senior, Mr. Ash.
Move aside.
Please, just give me another minute.
It's best if you just move.
A true hero.
If I try to kill them now, will you stop me? I get where you're coming from. After all, a tribute of life unto the Sin-Wish Syndicate, Pullwave, and Cost-Dive.
That's why we...
Yes, they may have had sins to atone for.
Thank you for your aid.
Clay? We're not Mr. Detective. Do you know about the...
Ah! Mr. Asheville! Could you...
Remember what happened today, Magnus. Glad to see that you're all made of toughs.
La Mancha, leader of the Galaxy Ranger.
Then you're well informed, Nameless. But you mean the esteemed Silver Gun Shura and of course not. I retired a long time ago. Out of the Rangers I know who are still. Just so we're clear, I want you, instead of obsessing over my identity...
The train broadcast called this place the...
Are we going to be...
Mr. Ashevale, do you truly know nothing about this?
Besides, well, I'm simply doing what any professional private investigator would do. It's time to show... Oh, come on. Didn't Pearl get...
A tracking... Akavili. Come. This... Yes. At the end of this... There's someone calling for me from someplace deeper. Over here. Keep going forward. Come. Here. This way. Akavili. Come. Embrace this wondrous world. You want to go further, deeper, become one with me. The joy, the positive feedback, sweet synaptic flickers on your... Listen, it's breathing, slumbering, whimpering, and greeting. Embrace this primordial joy. Life. In exchange for a boarding pass, become one with me. Become a part of me. Let's go deeper. I want to go over there.
That's far enough, kid. My golden principle while working on cases in this world is to keep my curiosity in check and not get involved with matters beyond the case itself, especially things that already look considerably dangerous. However, the thing that slumbers in the deep here does look awfully familiar.
I come to appraise. I come to analyze. I come to render. I weave the cosmos into brocade, breathe soul into painted stones. Let the jewels of heaven rise as they will. All for the Amber Lord. We meet again. Fortunately, his lucky. Please accept my sincere.
Actually, she put one in my pocket too, but I auctioned it online at...
Madame Pearl,
The place where you fell is called the Torn Scroll. It is the Department of Aberration Defense originally thought this kind of phenomenon had stabilized. Therefore, I had to use the However, I wasn't able to directly observe.
We can close the New Herald if they were responsible for the Sinwish Syndicate.
Was Full Wish the...
I couldn't find any...
Worry not. As a survivor of the organization has since been, and the Daybreak Squadron, members of the Smile Society, imitated the hair from the aforementioned facts.
if I may, Madame Pearl. Management in Plain Arcadia should be dictated by the chain of evidence rather than extrapolated probability.
I understand. I will observe the human laws and customs. In any case, we have achieved our goal through Star Rail Fest, luring the supplicant with ill intent out of hiding. You've all fought and worked hard. Please, allow me to apologize again.
Since Full Wish is exposed now, and we've defeated her supplicant, shouldn't we hurry and arrest her as soon as possible?
I'm afraid it's not that simple. We've defeated Full Wish's supplicant, yes. However, all 3 Daybreak warriors were supplicants.
That can't be.
Those devoured by my shadow can no longer...
If they were all supplicants.
What's even more, it was the...
What?
That's... living seclusion.
There is no point in assessing the risk involved in this. Unable to extrapolate.
General Yao Guang told us that she foresaw a...
So that's why she asked me for the authority to extradite Blade.
Does she want revenge against the...
It's frivolous to speculate her motives. Unlike Intellitrons, thank you for your surprise intel, Mr. Ashvale. You have just saved. Henceforth, the Department of Aberration Defense will place Full Wish and the members.
Understood. We will also implement
Full Wish is not working alone. For normal people to be able to... Therefore, this has escalated beyond mere rivalry for the Ionic game.
Please, Madame Pearl. This is my homeworld, and I won't allow the tragedy to repeat itself. Besides...
You have my eternal gratitude. I won't forget this bond from our shared trust. I shall prepare an action plan. Is there something else? But now, personally speaking, after all, for the corporation, you've been to Penacony. You should know, humans cannot turn off their innate negative feedback like Intellitrons do. My assigned theme is analytical art, the portrayal and this so-called to me. Governing this world is like thus. My duty and theme. Thank you again for lending your aid, Nameless. I will begin extrapolating. Please. I hope you all get...
You know, I'm not...
Assessment. You have something to ask me, Mr. Ash.
Well, lately, I've been on an extremely lucky streak. Be it Fulwish or Magnus, the elites practically gained sentience and came to me one by one.
Luck is also an important part of one's toolkit.
I'm beginning to think you're the one behind it all. You tasked me to investigate the Society and protect the Astral Express, which all led to me unleashing my shadow on those people. You had everything planned out since the beginning, hadn't you?
If I answer yes, would it wound your ego?
Perhaps.
Yes. I paved the way for your investigation, leading you straight to the suspects. Through you, I confirmed my suspicions about the Research Society. Fortunately, there's a ranger who specializes in confronting such abominations, having lived in long seclusion.
But you know, the shadow sealed inside my arm can be very dangerous. Simply removing the nail can cause it to stir and resonate with the fragment and fissure. Had I not kept it under control at that time, the fight would have ended with all of us buried in that bottomless abyss. Is that part of your plans too, Pearl?
Humans fear the worst, but to the Intellitrons, such fears are merely irrational deterrents. Wasn't the mask of elation I gave you enough to pin down the shadow? That gift you found through the guidance of the Express Navigator, Star Seer, that very shadow that devoured the Swarm and Lord Ravager Zulo 10 amber eras ago. That very shadow that devoured Shuhu, the Emanator of Abundance, hundreds of years ago.
You won the bet. You sure know a lot about this.
Please, allow me to correct you. My ethical then again, whether you believe it or not, I will honor our initial agreement, Mr. La Mancha. At the moment of victory in the fantasy, to let a Galaxy Ranger die peacefully in his bed.
In that case, I will continue to fight for you. Right. You mentioned several times wanting to replicate the works of Graphia, but I was considering that, despite the lack of artistic quality in your strokes when sealing those fissures today, to the people of this world. Your creation is just as important as the works of Graphion. Not a single innocent soul was lost on this day because of your protection. Looking back to the ancestral painter of the Sindarth Age, do you truly think she cared about the artistic value of each stroke when she created world? Tisk. But what do I know? These are just crude observations from an amateur, so pay them no mind. I'll be on my way.
We meet again, Ashen Detect. It's hard to believe that I came back for...
I gotta thank nature's...
Fortunately, do you always turn your customers over?
Speaking of short-sightedness, no one rivals the Stellaron Hunters, aka Destiny's slaves, isn't it? You are all fated to march toward the finality and...
On the contrary, there are many paths for us, as long as that person can see.
In other words, he can't see the trajectory of your destiny in this world during this mission? I've heard about what... And in the world where...
Keep guessing.
Enough of your games.
It's still too early to despair.
30 million credits. Pay.
Come on, give your friend a dis...
I ain't...
I meant him.
It's been a while, Yingshi.
It's been too long, Mr. La Mancha.
I knew it. There must be an explanation for the unusual fate of this world. Though I lost sight of the sparrow, I discovered a mysterious tree. I finally found the heart of the Phantasmoon game. Mr. Sunday, do you sense me? There's no reaction from the bird. What's wrong with it? Hello? Is anyone there? Can I get somebody here?
No one's here. No one.
That's a lie. I saw a pretty girl hiding right here through the bird's eyes.
That's none of your business. None of your business.
If that's how it's going to be, then I'm done playing nice here. If my eyes weren't playing tricks on me, the ancient... Little girl, are you going to keep playing hide and seek, or will you come out and have...
The Department of Aberration Defense often comes here to record game progress. And now my movements have been exposed to complete outsiders. I suppose it's time to leave. You sound unpleasant to talk to, but since you have eyes keen enough to tell what I am at a glance, I'll have a short chat with you. I will answer 3 questions, so ask away. Once you have your answers, I'm going to show you the door.
I wanted to question why the Joyseeker would permit the Ambrosial Arbor of Abundance to take root in a world they had blessed. But given their carefree nature, there was probably never any restriction to begin with. On my second question, are you a Feykind native to Ahatopia, or are you one of the long-life species shaped by the Ambrosial Arbor?
Aren't you good at divination? Can you help me take a look whether the slip on my head says wheel or woe?
There's nothing on your head except your ears.
And that itself is the answer. I am the arbitrator who determines the outcome of the Phantom Moon Games. I am the raging waves of joy and the living pulse of this world. Diviner of the Xianzhou, the weal and woe you behold are but a single petal fallen from my hand. It blooms with the morning and withers by evening, producing.
Interesting. Took you quite some time to come up with those words, huh?
The one who created me did say most people wouldn't believe me. Turns out they were right.
I believe you. I feel the same way. For many do not trust the words of a diviner. Besides, no weal or woe has befallen you, which means your fate.
You're left with one question.
Since you admit to being an abomination of abundance, shouldn't you explain the fate of this world's residents? Unless they are your doing? If your answer fails to convince me, it may be too late by the time I summon the Lux Arrow from the sky with the rainbow.
Chill out. You shouldn't make jokes like this. I'm not as skilled at divination as you are. When you suddenly speak of the great wheel or woe and interrogate me, after all, isn't every rule and every variable of the As for the brewing storm, let's settle down and discuss whether the turmoil once again is the result of the laughter's mischief. This entire day is. We had situations like.
The Research Society is in. Full Wish witnessed that we have to relay this information to Dan Heng. Full Wish is deaf. That is why we must.
Yeah.
It's been a long day.
The best way to recharge.
Sounds good.
What was this? Did you hear that?
Hey there, all the smarties and dummies, children and adults. Please.
Now that everyone
Has made
their appearance
no need
to keep further secrets
what began
as a spark
must grow
into wildfire,
as an extra one of these
Phantom Moon Games
shall receive all
has my authority more than a thin minute
to become
the true permanent.
Demon of Elation. As such,
It's time to
revel unabated joy.